This time I'll become everyone, the world will wonder why. There's an enigmatic line for you. Hi guys, this is Dale Vandersand, Real Vocal Coach, here to explore Dance on the Moon, the third song of the album A Different Kind of Human, Step 2, her second album, released just about a year ago, June of 2019. Her first album was Infections of a Different Kind, released just the previous year, called Step 1. This year she released a single, Exist for Love. You can find my reaction to Exist for Love here on my channel, among other videos. This is my second Aurora video. This was suggested by comments that you had posted, so I hope that I do service to exploring this song. I was told that the lyrics of this song were extremely enigmatic, difficult to penetrate. I've taken a look at those, and so I'm prepared to listen to the song. I haven't heard the song yet. Without further delay, let's start to hear Dance on the Moon.
This voice is calling for a touch to be undone. I hope love will come to us again as a place we all can come. And if I'm blinded, will my eyes become the planets where I float or I drown? This voice is calling for the world to pull me down. I feel time looking out the window, watching me dance on the moon. I feel time looking out the window, watching me dance on the moon.
Okay, well that was the first verse and the chorus. I'm surprised. Looking at the lyrics previously, they seemed very mysterious. They seemed very dark and emotional. The voice is calling for a touch to be undone, to undo her. Well, the moon is always a symbol of emotions. Astrologically, if you will, the moon is represents the emotions. And that's been true in many mythologies. I hope love will come to us again. So somehow love is lost as a place we all can come. And if I'm blinded, will my eyes become the planets? Will I float or will I drown? She certainly word painted with her voice. So will I float or will I drown? It was ethereal, it was liquid. She certainly was making that happen with her voice. This voice, is it calling for the world to pull me down? What I'm surprised at is that it seemed to be very poppy. It seemed to be very, almost a dance rhythm, so that if the world is pulling her down, I didn't quite feel that in this section. The chorus is enigmatic. I feel time looking out my window. You don't feel time, you sense time. But there's always a dichotomy. There's always, like I said, there's this tug of war, this pulling back and forth. There's a gap you create with opposites in lyrics, in songs, in plays, anything dramatic. You get a sense that she's in a room, her bedroom perhaps, something private, watching me dance on the moon. So she's watching herself, and we hear dual voices. We hear her in duet with herself, which is nice because in a way she's watching herself and responding to herself. So she's seeing herself on the moon through her window. She's here and there at the same time. And then O-O-A-O-A, I do believe that's kind of just maybe a weightlessness. Maybe she's on the moon being weightless, or in the water being weightless. That's an interesting thought there to me. Let's go on to verse 2.
I dance as I'm falling, but I never touch the ground. One day I will penetrate the earth and explode in the
dance as I'm falling, but I never touch the ground. Here's the idea of weightlessness once more. So she's obviously dancing on the moon at this point. One day I will penetrate the earth. Well, our experience of the moon is that we've gone there in rockets and we've come back down to earth. Perhaps she's expecting that she will also come right back down and fall to earth. But she will penetrate the earth. So perhaps that's, entering the earth, being buried in the earth, and explode in motion sounds. I suppose as you hear an airplane as it passes by, it makes sounds from its motion. And if I listen, so I'm assuming that if she listens to the voice, this mysterious voice, will my mouth be filled with fire? So the voice seems to be calling her to earthly concerns. She's filled with fire, she's enraged or heated somehow. She's not dancing in perhaps a cold moon. She's filled with fire, another dichotomy. And it's a very different, dissonant feeling. Will I laugh or will I cry? She's trying to predict the future, I suppose. Things are unsure because she's losing ground, losing her touch with the ground. Although the dancing on the moon seems to be a happy thought, the earth doesn't seem to be. This time I'll become everyone and the world will wonder why. There's an enigmatic line for you. I'll become everyone and the world will wonder why. Does that connect with the chorus coming up? And the world will wonder why I feel time looking out my window? Or the world will wonder why this time I'll become everyone? It's nice that these are not full sentences, really. It keeps us wondering why. It's almost as if she's taking back her power. So if this voice is trying to lure her away from happiness, then she's going to retain her strength, take the reins, and become everyone. I suppose once you become everyone, then perhaps there's harmony, because except for the fact that we have inner conflict, you can have a little bit more control when it's just yourself. There's a lot of loneliness in this. Looking out my window, watching me dance on the moon, so she's dancing alone. It's a very personal journey. It felt different this time. I feel time. I found that it took time. I feel time looking out my window, watching me dance on the moon. So there's, again, word painting here. I feel time looking out my window. Felt happier, as if taking control of your own life, your own situation, gave her a license to dance more than feel lonely. That bridge, I feel time, I feel time, I feel time, it's obviously very, very important. Again, feeling time. It's feeling. She's also stressing the word feel. It's about emotions. It's almost timeless when you're feeling emotions. I wonder how much loneliness there is. Perhaps it's just introspection. Do you feel lonely during introspection? I don't tend to. Watching me dance on the moon, again, it's an image, it's a daydream perhaps, or a dream. And we're also dancing, da-da-da, 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 feeling time. She's reiterating all that. And we have if this were to be animated, you can then see her dancing during that bridge section. Also the words, I'm an angel, it's coming up again. I'm an angel, I'm an atom. Those are two different things. I'm an angel, that's a sacred image, an angel. But I'm an atom, it's a scientific image, like you're in chemistry class. So again, here's a dichotomy playing off of each other, very conscious, I'm sure. When nobody enters my room, loneliness, aloneness, perhaps, even more so. And we're back to I feel time, da da da. Let's just listen to it till the end. Nice, I like the way it ended. Her voice is very strong. There's kind of it's not a distortion, but there's an ambience in the rest of the song that kind of distances her voice. At the end here, her voice becomes very clear and very solo. And obviously it's conscious as well. I think, and then it ends without any fanfare. Da-da-da-da. So it kind of leaves you with just a suspended feeling. Suspended as if you're weightless again. It's quite a smart song, of course. It focuses more on the movement and the dance. Just looking at the lyrics alone, I thought it would kind of be more introspective, a little bit more about the feelings, be slower, not so rhythmic. But it's really a pleasant melody and a pleasant rhythm. There's another dichotomy in that it's a pleasant rhythm and pleasant melody, but the words are deep. So it's not just a light bubblegum song. Going back to the first verse again, I didn't mention this, but if I'm blinded, will my eyes become the planets? We tend to look at the sky as if we can place ourselves there, specifically with the moon, but now we're talking about the planets. We think we see eyes, we think we see shapes and images in the stars. We tend to own that space in a very personal way. And so will she become the planets? Then she's also removing herself from the earth and looking down, watching herself from that perspective on the moon, or certainly looking down back onto the earth. I think that's the message of the song, is that kind of feeling that you're in two places at once. You're not feeling whole. You're feeling like, psychologically, I suppose, apart from yourself. Part of it's happy, in the dream of dancing on the moon. It's a very romantic idea. And then when we have the imagery of the fire and penetrating the earth, we have the opposite. We have a very angst-ridden moment there. Also, this is the second Aurora song that I'm looking at here in detail, and there's a whole album. I mean, I could go on and on with this. It sounds like we know she's a very smart artist. We know she's unique, and she just gives it, right? She just gives it out. I look forward to exploring more from this album, perhaps the other one, linking a few of them together. Thank you for the suggestion. Start a dialogue. I like when you respond to things I say. Maybe if you could fill in some information I don't have. Perhaps, if you have questions too, I can write back in the comments and continue to explore these words. There's nothing finite about knowing what she's saying. These are interpretive. This is just my looking at it, how I would approach it as a singer if I were to sing this song, or to help a student figure out how to approach it. The lyrics are the basis of the composition, the interpretation, how you fashion the sounds. Like I had mentioned, she used the floating and the drowning in a very liquid way. You may see these words in a completely different way, or hear the song in a different way. I had heard the words in one way, and then the song makes me hear them in a whole different light as well. That's part of her artistry, and it's enigmatic at base, and it's exciting because we can bring ourselves to it. We can fill in the gaps. We can discuss this ad nauseum and never come up with an exact answer. That's okay. That's poetry. That's lyrics. That's art. What you bring to it makes it art as well. Not just the fact that she meant this, or she said that, or she said she meant this. That's her part of it. Now we come to it. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for coming to the channel. Please do check out my other videos. I have Exist for Love. I will certainly cover more Aurora because you guys have encouraged me to. Thank you for this song. And I really love what I'm hearing, so I'm a fan. Thank you for watching. Stay safe during this time. Good health to you and your loved ones. Keep music in your heart, and please come back and join me here on this channel. This is Dale Vandersand, Real Vocal Coach, signing off. Ciao for now.